The first question I'm taking here is, which is better, menstrual cups or sanitary pads? There are three options for sustainable menstruation. One is the menstrual cup, which she's asking about. The other one are biodegradable pads, which are again being sold under various brand names right now. And the third one is a cloth pad. So her question is, which is better, menstrual cups or sanitary pads? For anybody else who has these questions, who's looking to make a switch to one of the more sustainable methods, I'm going to talk very briefly about all three. So menstrual cups are these small little silicone cups which can be inserted into the vagina and they collect the blood. You can wear them up to 6 hours. Cleaning process is simple. You just have to remove the blood, wash it with clean water, wear it again. It's advisable to sort of sterilize them either by washing with hot water or boiling water, just how you would sterilize a feeding bottle's nipple. So because it's made of roughly the same material, silicone, and it's absolutely clean to use. You can use one menstrual cup for up to 8 years, which is mad. Like that's how great sustainability gets, I guess. So menstrual cups are great in that sense that easy on the pocket because you invest in one and it'll last you 8 years. Easy to clean, not too much hassle. So even if you're on the run, if you're in office, if you're at work, if you're traveling, they're easy to wear. Now, talking about the cons of menstrual cups, there are lots of women for whom it will not work because while picking a menstrual cup, you need to check something which is called the cervical height. So the cervix is basically the entrance up to which the cup goes. So it's the entrance of the uterus, cervix. I'm sure everyone has heard of the cervix in terms of cervical cancer. So that's the part, it's the opening, it's sort of the neck of your uterus. That's where the cup eventually fits still. So you need to check your cervical height to be able to choose the size of the cup you want to. Usually age is a good factor to refer to while picking a cup as well. So in terms of cons of the cup, some women who have lower cervical height, it can be difficult to use. The cup can be difficult to use. It will just not go up. It will just not fit. It will leak. The second con, or the second thing where cups don't work are a range of conditions, one of which is vulvodynia. These are basically just conditions where you have painful, you have like this chronic pain in your vulva. Medically, the reason for this condition is not known, so there is also not a cure for it. It's associated with a lot of things ranging from like anxiety to postpartum to having a difficult period, having PCOS, or there could be no reason at all. Like it could literally just start hurting you one day and it'll be fine. So one of the things that can happen to someone who has vulvodynia is painful sex. So insertion is a problem. So penetrative sex becomes problematic. Any sort of penetration becomes problematic. For those people, naturally using the cup will also sort of become a problem. So that's a con for the cup. The third thing is that a lot of people have insertion anxiety or penetration anxiety, which is that they just don't like the idea of something being inserted. Not for the orthodox reasons, not for the reasons of like virginity and the hymen breaking and things like that, but they might just not like it. It might just not be their way to go about things, and that's fine. So then again, in that case, you can't be using a cup. Other than that, cups can be used. Somebody is asking a question, answering that also, that cups can be used if you think you have a heavier flow. Cups can be used if the rest of the conditions that I just mentioned don't exist for you. Cups are a perfect option for that. Moving quickly to sanitary pads. Now, there are two types of sanitary pads. One are the biodegradable sanitary pads, which are usually made of cotton biodegradable pads. They are the same as any other pads that we've been using all these years. The only difference is that they are made of biodegradable cotton. A lot of companies are also using paper to package them, which is great. That makes them a completely biodegradable solution to your menses. So, they claim that they are 100% biodegradable, which means they'll be recycled completely, and the rest of the experience of using them is the same as using any other ordinary pad. So these are the pros. The cons of these biodegradable cotton pads right now are that because very few people are making them and because very few people are buying them, so just by the rule of demand and supply, they are a bit expensive. So when an ordinary pad costs you about 6 to 7 rupees, this biodegradable cotton pad will cost you like 14 rupees or 21 rupees per pad. So overall, they're a bit expensive. I guess look out for like discounts and sales, but they're a bit expensive. And I guess that's the only con of them right now. The third option are the sanitary pads, which are made of cloth, and I've got mine to show you here because that's what I use personally. So I've got like these two pads. They literally roll up and become this small. This is not even a plug. This is from a brand called EcoFem, which uses biodegradable coloring even. So they are like literally the best cloth reusable pads available in the market. So they look exactly like an ordinary pad and they come with a clasp and everything, so you can wear them. Pros of this are that they're super friendly to your skin. It's like wearing a cotton underwear. They have a layer of something inside called PUL, which also makes them leak proof, and they come in various sizes. You can buy the size that fits you. There are no cons to it per se, except that you have to wash them, and that's a problem. But other than that, these are the perfect solution. A personal tip. So when I moved to this, I had a little bit of anxiety about like, what if I leak? What if I, dirty my clothes, blah, 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 because it's ultimately cloth. So a little tip was that I bought some cotton biodegradable pads and I got these. So on the days where I felt like, okay, like maybe I have to go out or maybe I'm going to have a heavier flow, I use the cotton biodegradable pads, which are exactly like the store-bought pads, and the rest of the time I use these. And like just slowly, I'm going to switch completely to this. So honestly, I've still not completely switched to this because it can be a whole experience to just be switching the product you use as well. And I understand that it's not a thing that happens overnight. So my personal experience, this is like the way to go. You can start off by using this in combination with cotton biodegradable pads, and I think that works perfectly for me.